Hi, everybody, and welcome to day 5 of our deep stretch challenge. And so today it is release. So my name is Stacy, and we are going to be working on stretching and releasing all that tension from our bodies today. So to start, we're going to start out with some kind of Tai Chi stretches that will really get our lymphatic system draining and moving. And then we're going to go into about 24 stretches before we do our cool down. So super excited to go on with this today. So let's just take a breath, settle into our bodies, and just kind of shake it out a little bit. We're here bringing all of our intention to what we're going to be working on, which is just releasing the week, releasing whatever we've been holding, and doing that as we're stretching. So to get started, we're going to start with some lymphatic hopping. So you can do this 2 ways. You can actually just bounce on 2 feet with your feet coming off the ground and down again. Or you can lift your heels up off the ground, come down, and then let your heels gently hit the ground, but letting that vibration come through your body. So this is just lymphatic hopping. You can just go up and down, knees slightly bent. Your feet can be whatever distance away that you'd like them to be as you're just hopping up and down. And as you do that, you can shake your arms around as you're doing that and kind of just work it out a little bit. And we're just bouncing and just really allowing all that lymphatic system to kind of just open up and relax, begin draining as again, we start to release that week. Good. You're just going to go do that for about 15 more seconds. We're still bouncing on both feet. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Next, we're going to do some body waves for about a minute. So you're going to drop into a squat. So you can have your feet wider than shoulder width distance apart and just do a soft squat. So it doesn't have to be full depth, but just slightly bend those knees. And you're going to let those fingertips just kind of relax towards the floor. Good. So as we do this, we're going to do some body waves. So we're going to, you can put your hands on your hips now if you want, or just put them down at your sides like I mentioned. And you're just going to roll your body like a wave. So kind of just standing up a little bit and then just rolling your body like a wave. So imagine your body is like a wave. It feels a little weird at first, but almost like you're bouncing or bobbing in the waves. And you're just rolling your body back and forth, kind of leaning forward a little bit, then leaning back so that it goes through all the way from your feet to the top of your head. Just wave, just rolling your body back and forth. Good. Again, just like if you were to do the wave, you could even throw your hands up like you're at a party and you're doing a wave, but just like that, you're just kind of rolling your body back and forth. You can shift your weight back and forth. We're going to do this for about 15 more seconds. Good. So you're kind of in that low squat, rolling back and forth. Shifting your weight back and forth, just like a wave. Good. You can rotate. Roll those arms back and forth. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do some alternate arm swings. So again, you can stay in that soft squat. That left arm's going to go up above your head and your right arm's going to just hang down at the ground. And you're going to swing your left arm down as your right arm goes up. And as you do that, I want you to just do a slight knee bend. So we're just bending, almost like we're bouncing, but we're keeping our feet firmly planted on the ground. And you're just going to swing your arms, alternating arm swings back and forth. And you want to kind of do it, I would say, a little bit aggressively because you want to kind of throw those arms down as they go down. Because again, we're trying to wake up our bodies. We're trying to wake up that lymph. We really want to focus on just waking up our body, moving it, and getting it nice and ready for deep stretch, letting your body know that we're showing up today to work out on release all this stuff, all that tension, all that buildup, lactic acid from our bodies. Good. 10 more seconds. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job. All right, we're going to do torso rotations next. You're going to have your feet, they can be right where they are, but hip width distance or slightly wider, whatever's comfortable. A slight knee bend, excuse me. You're going to hinge at the hips. So you're going to have a slight knee bend, but you're going to hinge at the hip, which means you're going to lean forward at your hip. Good. You're going to bring your hands out in front, and I like to call them praying hands or praying mantis hands. You're going to put your palms flat against each other, fingertips pointed towards the sky, elbows out, nice and wide. And from here, we're going to do torso rotations. You're going to twist your torso to the left and then to the right, just from hinging from the hips. So getting that spinal movement, breathing in and out. Again, just waking up that spine, and you're just twisting back and forth. Your left elbow will come up to the sky as you rotate. Right elbow will come up to the sky. And you're just doing some torso rotations. Really swinging from swinging your arms, from the left to the right. Good. And just really just wringing out all that stale energy in our body, from our spine to our waist. But because we're hinged at our hip, we're isolating those movements. Good. In about 5 seconds, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to not be hinged at the hip. We're going to stand up straight. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up to standing. Have those hands in the same position, elbow out wide, knees slightly bent, and just rotate side to side. So you should feel this a little bit in your lower back. Good. We're breathing into the nose, out through the mouth as your body starts to heat up. Again, allowing for all that tension to leave our bodies. Beautiful job. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and shake out those arms. Right before we get into our deep stretch, we're going to do our last little our last little warm-up exercise. And this is called the Heavenly Stretch in Tai Chi. So what we're going to do is, again, you can have your feet at a comfortable width distance. Feel free to move them around if you'd like. You're going to have a nice slight knee bend. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, bring your hands up towards the sky. And as you do that, I want your palms to be up towards the sky, pressing those fingertips towards the sky. Good. Inhale. As you exhale, turn and rotate your wrists outward. And as you exhale, press your palms down to the ground as low as they can go as your knees bend at the same time. Good. Now you're going to put those palms out away from your body. Inhale. As you exhale, come up all the way to the sky, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Inhale. As you exhale, scoop those fingertips down. As you come down, slightly bend, squat. Good. And again, up and down. And up. You can inhale. As you come down, you can exhale. And go ahead and just go now at your own pace. You can go fast or slow. Again, just getting a nice little stretch in our full body right now. About 15 more seconds. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Go ahead and shake it out. I said 24 poses. I meant 12 poses for 24 minutes. We're doing 2 minutes each on our stretches today. Some of them, when there's one side or the other, we'll do 1 minute. But our first one is going to be feet at hip width distance. Just a standing side body stretch. Take that right arm, lift it over your head, and reach towards the left. This one we're going to do for 1 minute on this side. So standing body stretch, just reach your right hand over your ear. Let your left hand hang down towards your toes. Reach and stretch to that right side. Really trying to feel that stretch in your right hip, your right abdomen, your right side, your right oblique. You can even lean your weight into that right hip to get a deeper stretch and just let your head hang. Breathing. Good. Go ahead and bring that arm down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up to center. Take that left hand, reach it over your left ear towards your right side, shifting that weight towards your left hip, letting your head hang, letting your right arm hang, and just reaching and stretching to the side. Good. Beautiful job. We're just breathing, allowing our body and our breath to just use gravity to do the work. Each exhale bringing a little more release in our day. You did the hardest part by showing up. And today we're just going to leave it all out on the mat. You can show up as you are. No expectations, no need to be perfect, no need to be doing anything the right way. We're just showing up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back to center. We're going to do a forward fold next. If you want to have your feet out wide, you can, or you can bring them into a narrow stance, whatever you prefer. I'm going to take my legs out wide today just to get a little nice stretch, a little bit more stretch in my inner thigh and my hamstrings. So soft knees, inhale. As you exhale, bring those hands up over your head, reach to the sky. Inhale, exhale, hinge at the hips, slowly coming away from your body. Head loose and arms loose. Come into that forward fold position, letting your upper body hang for 2 minutes. We're just going to breathe. Imagine a gentle stream of breath flowing from your spine. Using that breath to let gravity do the work to go deeper into that deep stretch. You can place your hands on the ground. You can grab either elbow and push that left or right shoulder towards the ground a little bit more. One more minute. "30 seconds. You can shake your head yes, shake your head no. Still allowing gravity to do that work. Good. 15 seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up, tucking your pelvic floor first, stacking each vertebrae on each vertebrae. Go ahead and relax your stance. Roll your shoulders forward, roll your shoulders backwards. We're going to do a chest opener now. And so 2 ways you can do this. You can place your hands behind your back and lace your fingers behind your back, and then push your palms and your wrists out away from your body as you're looking up towards the sky. If you're not able to do that, you can find a wall, and for 1 minute each on each side, you can place your hand on the wall and then just lean your weight into the wall on that shoulder and look straight ahead and forward. So whatever you prefer, hands behind your back, interlocked, palms pushing away, nice high chest, drive those shoulder blades together, look up. Go ahead and look towards the sky. Good posture. Breathing as you just push those shoulder blades together, open that chest up. And another way to do that again is to look towards the sky. So we're opening our neck up as well. If you work at a desk or you're looking down a lot, we really shorten those pectoral muscles. And what this is doing is opening up our pectoral muscles and our throat, which get really shortened and really tight because we are all tech users now. Push those palms away and breathe. Good. If you are on the wall, you're going to switch arms right now. We have about 1 minute left, so go ahead and switch arms to the other arm. Again, placing your hand behind you on the wall, stepping forward and away, leaning your weight into the wall, looking straight ahead. And you're breathing, allowing that tension to release from your head, neck, and shoulders. Good. About 30 seconds left. Try to squeeze those shoulder blades a little bit more if you can. If you're on the wall, go ahead and step forward a little bit as you lean into that shoulder that's closest to the wall, looking straight ahead. You can also look up, and we're breathing. Good. 15 more seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. All right, we're going to come down to all fours. So a little cat-cow before we do a couple different things. So all fours right now. And then we're going to do some kind of lunging from a kneeling position and a half split. So we're on all fours right now. My wrists, elbows, and shoulders are all in line. And my knees and hips are in line. I want you to start in cow position, so allow your belly to just hang. And just kind of, before you bring that head up, just let your body and spine sink into towards the mat. And just allow yourself to just kind of feel what it feels like to really release your belly. Not holding it all together, just let it hang. And letting your spine kind of sink into that as well, creating that C curve in your back. So we're just doing cow right now. We're not alternating between, we're just holding that position. And now that you feel that that spine has kind of relaxed a little bit, now you can bring your head up and look towards the ceiling. And begin using your breath, imagining your belly fill up like a balloon, really nice and slow. Let's really take our breath slow here. We're going to be here for about 2 minutes. We've already been here for about 45 seconds, so 45 seconds to go. Using your breath to fill up your belly as much as you can. And then exhaling and pushing that belly button to the ground as your head is looking up as high as it can. Good, about 20 seconds left. Good, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job. We're going to now transition into cat. So you're going to push your spine up towards the ceiling. And you're going to tuck your chin to your chest and also tuck your pelvic floor. So pull that belly button in towards your spine. And I really want you to just be intentional and slow about pushing your spine to the ceiling, kind of wiggling your weight around a little bit, even wiggling around your spine a little bit to kind of feel where you might have some tension in your spine, or it might need to actually just really bring attention and focus to it to work itself out. You can push your weight into the heels of your hands to kind of get those shoulders up closer to the ceiling, tucking that chin to chest. So just play around with what it feels like to move your weight around a little bit. You can shimmy your hips a little bit as you're in that cat position. We have 1 minute to go. And I want you just to listen to your body by feeling into it, shifting weight around, breathing, seeing how it feels different to just be in this position for 2 minutes. You can shift your weight forward and backwards. Good. Beautiful job. 30 seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. You're going to come back to being on just your knees. You're going to kind of just stand up straight, but you're on your knees. Take your right leg out and put it out in front of you. You're going to reach it out in front of you so that it's not quite 90 degrees, but your heel's just pushed out a little bit more than your knee. And that's going to allow us to get a little leverage for kind of this next move we're going to do. So first thing we're going to do is I want you to bend that knee so you're pushing your knee towards your toes, not over your toes or your ankle, but pushing forward so that you're getting a stretch in your left hip and left quadricep. So just pushing forward on that right leg, looking straight ahead. This is kind of an isolated lunge, if you will. So just getting a nice good stretch and pull on that right quadricep. We're going to do this for a minute before we go into the other side. Using that breath again to release any tension you may be holding in your right quad. We're going to do some hip releases within this as well. We hold a lot of tension and emotions in our shoulders and our neck, but also in our hips. And so everywhere in our body we can hold things, and today we're just releasing it. Like a waterfall coming over us, we're just going to let it all go. About 15 more seconds, and then we're going to switch sides. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out of that. And why we're switching sides is because I want to give our knees a little bit of a break, because we are going to come back to that side to do a half split leg lunge. So we're going to go back to that kneeling where we're upright, but we're on our knees. Bring your left leg out again, slightly forward so that your knee isn't quite in a 90-degree angle yet. Your ankle is pushed out further away than your knee. Good. You're going to then push that knee towards your toes, but not over your ankle, giving a nice good stretch in this right leg quad now, right? So that you can feel that in your pelvic floor. You can feel that in your right hip, but just pushing that quad all the way. Good. Getting a nice stretch. You can even lean back a little bit too if you want as you're pushing that knee forward. Again, not over your ankle, but just getting a nice isolated lunge in that quad. If you want, you can even pull your shoulders up and your head up to the sky a little bit and feel that difference on your quad as well. And we have about 20 seconds left. And then we'll go back to our other leg. Setting up in the same way to do the counter stretch, which is our hamstring stretch, which we call a half split leg stretch. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come out of that pose, putting both knees on the ground. You're going to take that right leg out again and put it out so that your leg isn't fully extended, but basically you have a slight knee bend and your heel is in the ground. But your leg is not fully straight, but just a little slight bend in that leg. Good. You're going to place your right hand and left hand on the ground. They can be, one hand can be on one side of your leg, one hand can be on the other, or you can put them on both on the same side. Whatever's better. You're going to push those hips back, driving that heel into the ground to get a really nice stretch behind your knee, in your hamstring, a little bit in your calf, definitely in your Achilles tendon. And we're just leaning and pushing our hips back, not all the way towards our back foot, but towards it. And just feel that stretch in your hamstring. You can shift your hands or your weight around a little bit. We're doing this one for 1 minute as well. This is the counter stretch to what we just did. So we just worked our quad and our pelvic floor. Now we're doing our hamstring, our Achilles tendon, our calf muscles. Good. About 30 seconds. We're breathing. Good job. Breathing, releasing any tension in that. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and reset. Coming back up on those knees, nice high chest. Take that left leg out. Again, just a slight bend in your left knee. You can drive that heel into the ground, or you can keep your full foot on the ground. That's really up to you. You're gonna push those hips backwards as you lean forward to get a nice stretch in your hamstring. Your hands can be on either side of your leg or on both sides, or hands on one side, up to you, whatever's more comfortable, whatever provides you more balance. And we're holding this for 1 minute. Good. Beautiful job. We're just really trying to push those hips back to get a nice, good stretch in that hamstring. And remember, you don't want stretching to be painful, but you do want it to be uncomfortable. And so if it starts to release after a minute, go ahead and go a little deeper into that stretch. Shift your weight around, move around, so you're kind of feeling that slight discomfort, really allowing your body just to release, allowing your fascia to open up and expand so that your body's working optimally. Good, about 20 more seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly go out of that position. And we're just going to lay on our bellies from here. We're just going to do a little bit of belly work. So we're going to go into Cobra Pose. If you're not familiar with Cobra Pose, you're going to put your hands in line with where your armpits are, thumbs in line with your armpit. I want you to tuck those elbows in. Your legs are fully extended out. So I'm on my belly. My legs are making contact with the mat. My hands are flat on the ground. Tucking my elbows in towards my chest or in towards my sides. I'm going to press my body upwards, or my upper body up towards the ceiling. And I actually like to walk my hands back a little bit so I can get a better stretch in my lower pelvic floor. Looking up to the ceiling, we're just holding this pose, really feeling that stretch in our belly. I want you to breathe and fill up your abdomen like a balloon, and exhaling it. And as you exhale it, again, pressing that pelvic floor into the ground to get a good stretch as you lean back and look up towards the ceiling. Good. Beautiful job. For about 15 more seconds, and then we're going to go to sit crisscross applesauce. So really, we're just going to go into a straddle stretch. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job. Let's transition to that straddle stretch. So you're going to be on your butt. Your legs are going to be out nice and wide. And you're going to really try to get those legs out nice and wide. Moving your heels away from your body as much as possible. Kind of keep walking them out. Good. We just have 2 more poses or 2 more stretches, and then we'll kind of go into our cool down. So go ahead and sit up nice and tall. I want you to feel that stretch already in your hamstring and maybe your quad. We're going to go into a seated forward fold. So extending both those legs super long. You can point or flex your toes. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands up over your head. And then from that seated position, you're going to exhale, going into that forward fold position so that your head hangs between your hands on the ground. You're just going to go as low as you can, letting gravity do the work, pulling your head towards the ground. And we're just breathing, letting everything hang down towards the ground. Good. We're just holding this for 2 minutes. Nice. Breathing, and as you're breathing and everything's just kind of falling away, just remember that we're here to release. Using our breath, nice, deep, and slow. Letting our body feel supported by the ground underneath us. Thanking our body for showing up today. And just allowing us to just really, really integrate into this forward fold from the seated position. Relax your face and jaw if it's really tense. Relax your shoulders. About 30 more seconds. And if it gets to be too comfortable, move those legs out a little bit wider, inch forward a little bit more. Again, remember, you want it to be slightly discomfort. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. All right, we're just going to do a little bit of a twist here. We're going to go into that cool down and integration time. So I want you to just to sit up nice and tall, and you're going to rotate your torso towards the left, reaching that left hand back behind you. And then you're just going to take that right hand and just place it on the outside of your left quad, and then just pulling yourself behind you to look behind you, look at your left shoulder. We're just going to hold this twist for 30 seconds, just as a part of our cool down before we go on our backs. Good. And you can go back to the front, and then let's just do that with our other side. So take that right hand, reach it behind you towards the right, take your left hand, place it on your left or your right quad, excuse me. And then looking at your right shoulder, we're just gonna hold that for 30 seconds, getting a final nice little spinal twist, releasing anything that we're carrying in our spine. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and roll your shoulders forwards. Nice high chest. Let's sit up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders forward. And I really want you to accentuate bringing it up to your ears and then pushing your shoulders down towards the ground, pushing them back so your shoulder blades squeeze together. Just nice, slow movements to get anything else out on our shoulders that we need to. And go ahead and go the opposite way. Beautiful. Really rolling those shoulders forward, tucking that chin, and then pushing them back, putting your head back, nice wide chest. Good. And as you're doing that, if you want to lean your left ear to your left shoulder, you can, or lean your right shoulder to your right ear. Feel free to do that. Just holding it, letting any other tension go that needs to go. Go ahead and look down towards the ground, tucking your chin to your chest. Look up, touching the back of your head towards your neck. Good. We're going to go onto the mat now with our backs on the floor, and you're going to put your feet flat on the floor for a little supine figure 4. So we're on the floor right now. My bottoms of my feet are flat on the floor. My palms are facing down. I'm going to take my right ankle and place it on my left knee for just a relaxed figure 4 stretch as we do our cool down. As you breathe, let your body sink into the mat. Again, grounding with the mat, just letting everything relax. This is not the time to be holding anything in. Just relaxing, feel your body heavy on the mat. Good. Go ahead and take that right leg, place it back on the mat. Take your left ankle and place it on behind your right knee. And breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Sinking deeper into the mat. Good. Go ahead and take that foot, place that on the ground. You're going to take the bottoms of your feet, and from the supine position or laying down, you're going to do the butterfly stretch. So both those feet go together. You can pull those heels towards your glutes, and you're just going to let your knees fall wide open. And you're going to breathe. Again, letting gravity do its work. Just opening up those hips a little bit more. We're in the last 4 to 5 minutes of class, so really just bringing your attention to our body. Allowing any sign of tension or anything that might need to be worked out a little bit more to come to the surface. So you can just bring your attention to it and move to make that release. Good. Go ahead and put those feet flat back on the floor, and then like a zipper, pretend you have a zipper from your toe all the way to your glutes. You're going to press those legs together. You're going to take your hands and put them out towards your side, palms facing down. So my hands are in a T. My legs are all zipped up, and I'm going to drop both knees to the left, and I'm going to look to the right. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring those knees back up. Zip those legs up again. Drop your knees towards the other way and look towards the opposite way. We're breathing. So if you dropped your legs to the left first, you're going to be dropping them to the right, and you're going to look to the left. Good. After this, the last part of our class is going to be just a nice little breath work release. I'm going to do a little mindfulness mantra, if you will, and we'll just do a little savasana. So go ahead and bring up those knees to the sky. I want you to extend your legs out so that you're in what yoga would say is dead man's pose. You can have your palms facing out and just let everything in your body sink to the ground. You're going to close your eyes and you're just going to breathe. Feeling the weight of your body in the mat. You can wiggle your toes and fingers. We're just going to imagine right now that we're in a stream or under a waterfall. And we're down of the stream. So the stream is coming from the top of our head, or the waterfall is coming from the top of our head and then just rushing over our body. And anything we were not able to release from our body, we're just going to ask that it's released now. And it goes with the water. Big inhales and exhales. The water's not cold, it's just slightly warm, like a warm summer day, perfect temperature. You hear the birds, the trees. And we're just leaving everything that we no longer need, releasing it all. We're just breathing, bringing our body to the center. When you're ready, you can thank your body. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Wiggle around. And just sing thank you. You can give yourself a hug or a high five and just say thank you for showing up today. You can sit up if you like. Thank you, everybody, for coming to our day 5 of our Deep Stretch Challenge. I think we released and left it all on the mat today. So thank you all so much, and we hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.